Steve Hauser from Red Rhino Fireworks.
Hello. Ni hao.
I think everyone knows you because you. When was your last time as the presidentship?
2 years ago. This would be the second year.
This will be the second
of being past president.
Okay. So, and have you experienced any up and downs over the past few years because of the tariff and competitions and all that kind of thing and COVID?
Oh well,
because
yeah.
You are not just Rhino; you see the whole industry.
Since COVID, and during COVID and just after COVID, there was a huge dynamic shift in our industry, and we've seen a lot of changes come at us very, very quickly.
Okay.
Shipping costs and pricing costs changed dramatically post-COVID.
Okay.
China was back open, things were moving. Warehouses over here were starved for inventory. They were taking everything they get their hands on.
Okay.
Shipping costs quadrupled, which was at a very, very bad time for our industry because we had ordered so much because our stocks were so low. Okay, so what happened was now we ended up with this very, very expensive product in our warehouses, and a lot of us had too much of it.
Okay.
So we've been trying to sell down of that throughout the industry over the past couple of years. And that's why orders from the American market to China have been down overall. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed that.
Yes.
Orders have been down because the stock was already here. Well, now we've hit this point where we have our 250th birthday next year.
That's right. Everybody's excited.
Now we've drawn down on all those excess inventories. Now we all need to make big orders. And now we have tariffs.
So we have a new challenge.
So and again at the worst possible time.
So one critical question that I have is that because of the freight cost rise and also the tariff thing, do you think the end user can support the changes, or what do you think? And how are you trying to survive? Because you cannot add everything to the end user. So the importer, the retailer will have to work together. Maybe even the Chinese suppliers will have to work together. So how shall we survive?
Well, you touched on it. It's going to take all three of us. From the supply side to the importer to the end user, the retailer. In my world, because overall costs for fireworks these days are high. Compared to where they have been. I was talking with a lot of customers last night after the demos, and I shot a whole bunch of 200 grams at my demos.
Yeah.
Now, normally
I was there. You were saying that you started with 200, 300 grams.
Over half of what I shot last night was 200 gram cakes. I've never done that before at an NFA demo. Usually you're always shooting 500 gram cakes. Okay, but I can remember a time where we had cakes that the retailer could sell to the public in the 500 gram category, $19.99, $24.99. There is no such thing anymore. Okay, I mean a 500.
What is the starting?
For the most part, general retail starting costs for 500 gram cakes are in the upper 30s to 40s per item.
Okay.
And that gets expensive quick.
So this will be a slightly trend of the product structure, right?
I think that it used to be that the 500 gram was the cash cow of the industry. Everybody loaded up on them. They were manufactured heavily in China. I think there's going to be a lot more demand for your 200 gram cakes and your hybrid, what I call hybrids, your 300, 350 gram cakes, to where you can produce a nice size box with say 24, 25 shots, smaller tubes, and then that gets sold for $35. And the 200 gram cakes get sold for the $19.99. The other thing that the retailers are figuring out is their old cost models are changing now, because they used to always base it based on how much they had in the product, and then they would want to multiply it by a certain multiplier.
I understand.
Because their target was to make a net number of dollars at the end. Well, let's say the starting number was $3. Okay. And
that's
what you have in it. Okay. And then let's say, so you have figured out that I need to multiply that times 3 times, so I have to sell it for 9, right?
Yeah.
So the reason is because 9 minus your first 3 leaves you 6. Well, then you need $3 of that 6 to cover your cost of doing business, your overhead, the people you hired to put up your tent, your lease, your licenses. So you're left with $3. So that's your goal, is to leave with the $3. Well, now let's say overall costs have gone up. and that's product related, transportation related. Okay, now you've got $5 in it. So remember, before they needed to make $3, right? So now maybe what they should do is they say, okay, I need to look at this and say I need to make $3.
Yeah.
Say they even want to make $4. Okay, well, maybe you take that 5 and you multiply it times 2.5.
Yes.
Or let's say 2 times. Make the numbers easy. So now it's $10.
$10. Yeah.
Okay, so 10 minus 5 is 5. It's going to have to be more than 2 now that I do the math, but let's say your cost of doing business was $2. You're still left with $3.
Yeah. That's
So,
right.
and you'll be able to still make your profit on the retail side without running people off. Because there's a big difference in charging, say, $10 for something than there is $15 when you used to charge only 9.
Yes.
So you go from 9 to 10 or 9 to 12 instead of 9 to 15. So 2.5 times you go to 9 to 12.
Yes.
12 minus 5 is 7. 7 minus your $3 for your operating costs because your leases haven't gone up.
Yes.
Your wage costs really probably haven't gone up that much.
Yes.
You're left with $4.
Yes.
So even though you didn't multiply it by as much, you actually made more money.
Yeah.